Latinos for Trump. Back to the front of the room. Is this what you voted for? Inquiring minds want to know, because you thought, because you had your papers, you thought because you were a citizen, you thought because you were born here, you thought because you were here legally, that you wouldn't be the target. What do you have to say about this now? Y'all are responsible for what your own community is going through. In addition to rural America, you are responsible for this. And I'm not talking about all Latinos.
Why is nobody else protesting with us? We're not the only immigrants. Latinos are not the only immigrants, guys. We are always there for you. And this is why we Latinos are just different. We're different in everything. We're different the way we work. We're different with our morals. We're just different.
Yeah, baby girl, we're gonna sit this one out. This has nothing to do with us. You know what gets me is that when y'all are in a time of distress, y'all always looking for black folk to come to the rescue. It's like y'all want us to come in like Captain America, Superman, to come save the day. Nah, baby, we ain't coming to save nobody but ourselves. You hear me? What we are going to be doing is drinking water, herbal teas, staying moisturized, and minding our black business. That's what we going to be doing. We going to have our boots to the ground, baby, and we going to be line dancing. We going to be flapping the fan around. We going to be having a good time. That's what we going to be doing.
Oh yeah guys, welcome back to the channel, and I hope you are all doing good. Across America, Latino communities who once supported Donald Trump are now expressing frustration and regret. Many say they feel betrayed as immigration crackdowns have intensified, leading to deportations that are separating families and disrupting lives. That is why in this video we are hearing from the Trump voters who share their personal stories and reflect on how their political choices have affected their families and communities. Guys, watch until the end for powerful first-hand accounts and analysis of how shifting immigration policies are impacting Latino Americans today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more political coverage and community voices. Let's get into the video. I'll be coming back with more commentaries.
I'm afraid of ICE too. I'm not even Latino. I'm half black and white. And it's really because I've been told I look Latina for my whole life. I've been told I look anything but black and white. My white privilege isn't going to save me. They're going to try and deport me somewhere. It's fucked up. I get scared. I avoid ICE checkpoints. I listen to that news and I apply that shit to myself. That shit is crazy. America is state right now. Anybody that is not white is scared for their fucking life. Anybody that's not white. How is that literally not racism? How do we not live in a racist country? If you're white, you can walk around and feel safe. Nobody that is a non-white in America can do that shit. Not even if you're mixed with white. The only way you can get by in America is to be white passing. But race.
I watched two different videos of Hispanic women crying. Okay. The first woman, she was crying saying that she regret voting for Trump. She believed everything he said that he was going to do and blah, 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 blah. I don't know if she watched the same things that I watched, but he already said it was going to be a mass deportation. I don't understand why they acting all confuzzled. Like that's not what that man said before he got elected. I heard him say it. I know y'all heard him say it. That's why we said we was going to mind our 92% because we heard him say what he was going to do once he got in office, and now he doing what he said he was going to do, and now everybody acting confuzzled. I'm confused by your confusion, ma'am. Now, the other lady, she is asking for the support of the African-American people because she said back in the day when slavery was happening that some of us ran to Mexico and they gave us shelter, and you never know the way everything going on in the future. We may need Mexico again, is what she said. So she don't understand how we not jumping in to help save them. And for my recollection, Black people been considered the bottom of the totem pole for the longest. Even Hispanic people didn't like us that well. It was a whole debacle between being Hispanic and Afro-Latina because they felt like Afro-Latinas was the bottom of the totem pole. But now you want help from us after we told y'all not to vote for him? We've been asking for decades for people to stand with us and march with us for our rights and Black Lives Matter, and y'all just kept saying all lives matter. But now that it's convenient for y'all want us to say Hispanic lives matters when y'all wouldn't even agree with us that Black lives matter. Again, I'm confused on the confusion about what y'all wanted us to do because we told y'all.
Latinos for Trump, what is it now? Y'all were talking about do it the right way. Oh, why don't y'all do it the right way? Guess what? Don't get caught slipping outside because Latinos for Trump be the ones that be looking the most fucking Latino, looking Mexican as fuck, looking Salvadoran as fuck, looking brown as fuck, can't even speak proper English. And y'all are just walking around with your little MAGA hat thinking y'all are protected, looking like a fucking clown, ridiculous as fuck. But don't get caught slipping outside because guess what? It don't matter if you did it the right way. Guess what? It don't matter if you have your papers. Guess what? It don't matter if you were born here. It's just based on how you look. So don't get caught outside slipping without your little MAGA hat. And guess what? It probably don't even matter if you got your MAGA hat on. It don't even matter because they're picking anybody that looks immigrant up. You better start working on how you look. What happened to do it the right way? What happened to go through the process? Oh, they don't want to go through the process. Oh, they're illegal. Guess what? It don't matter because they're not looking at that. They're just looking at how you look. And no matter what you claim, no matter who you voted for, no matter how much money you got, no matter nothing, you still look fucking Latino. And y'all be the most brown ones. And y'all be the most Latino looking ones.
Talking about Latinos for Trump. Y'all are being deported. You're being harassed. You're being attacked. You're being illegally detained. Latinos for Trump. I'm not saying this lady was, but if you search the internet, you will see videos all over the place. A Hispanic man that was a staunch supporter of Donald Trump was deported to a small country in Africa. My heart goes out to that child. I cannot even imagine how traumatizing that is for that child. And those screams of terror for her mother. This is what you voted for, and you have to live with that. This mother stumbled, and the agent got flustered and just lunged at her, said the 16-year-old daughter. The mother immediately showed proof of her legal status, work permit, social security card, driver's license, and car registration. ICE arrested her anyway. Jackie Funes Andrade, I hope I'm saying that right, is now being held in Rockingham County Jail with no criminal charges, reportedly as a courtesy to ICE. This is where we are. Thanks to you. Have you finally removed the scales from your eyes or nah? How you sleep at night is absolutely beyond me. And your family members, your neighbors, your coworkers, your loved ones who you were shouting on the rooftops to them about your support for Donald Trump, I hope they're holding you accountable. I hope they are holding you accountable for this nightmare you have put your own community in. Wow.
I'm seeing some misplaced anger from some Latino people coming out saying, oh, black people, you need to be out there with us, front line, standing with us in solidarity. We did. We stood with y'all in that voting booth. Black people voted in solidarity against that man. I'm not saying this is not our fight. What I am saying, we stood up for y'all when y'all didn't stand up for yourselves.
Latinos of all backgrounds. Do y'all not realize black people are not the only people in this country? You got your Chinese Americans, your Japanese Americans, your Korean Americans, your Indian Americans, your Muslim Americans, your white Americans, and your own people. So why in Davy Jones' locker are y'all so pressed and mad at us because we not out protesting? Folks, we did the most effective protesting last November. And the data proves it. We protested when it mattered the most. We were not out here with whole productions talking about some we will vote for Donald Trump. Y'all was out here with that foolishness, knowing full well, that y'all had a few abuelas, a few tios, tias, mijo, and mijas in your house undocumented. But y'all got y'all behinds on stage talking about some we will vote for Donald Trump.
U.S. propaganda is so good that it has indigenous Mexicans thinking that they're white. This is Nino Rodriguez, an indigenous Mexican who thinks he's white and denies being Mexican. Check it out.
But what is your ethnicity? Are you full-blooded American? Were you born in the United States?
I'm white. I'm not a Mexican. I don't claim to be a Mexican. Hispanic, white, black. White. I identify as white. I ain't a Mexican. I'm an American. I was born here.
He also thinks that being bilingual is a disadvantage and believes in speaking English only. Check this out.
Now, this is why I choose to speak English only, and why I encourage others to do so as well, as far as people that I come across that are, Mexican, brown, whatever you want to call it. They're not born in America, should I say.
You can tell the accent is so forced. I'm an American. I speak American. Look, Nino, you wouldn't exist if it wasn't for Mexico. I get it. You were born in the U.S. That's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. But your DNA is Mexican, bro. In 1,000 years, when archaeologists uncover your bones and they analyze your DNA, they're going to be like, yeah, that's a Mexican. Also, bro, anybody born here is American. You're a proud U.S. citizen, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But just so you know, anybody born anywhere here is American. Here's the crazy part, bro. Somebody that looks like me, somebody that you want to look like, is 60% indigenous Mexican. I am 60% indigenous Mexican. If somebody that looks like me is 60% indigenous, what does that say about you? I've also had many people reach out to me saying that they live in the same area as he does, or they know him personally, and that his real name is Chris, that he's a failed rapper, and that his family is from Chihuahua, Mexico, to no one's surprise. But there you have it, guys. Just because you bring a Chihuahua to the US and it has puppies, it doesn't mean that those puppies are German Shepherds. But anyways, let me know what you guys think.
A whole lot of Hispanic people is wanting black people to stand up for them, and a lot of black people is getting online saying they're not gonna do that, okay? Because of y'all vote for Trump.
Am I the only one that didn't know that apparently Latinos were like begging black people for support and help? Apparently there's a whole bunch of Latinos, man, talking about black people. We need to unite. We need to come together. Trump is trying to get us out of here.
What are you Latinos for Trump going to do now? Please amuse me and tell me what you're going to do. Do you feel stupid? Do you feel dumb? Are you ashamed? Do you have regret? Well, too fucking bad, because what you guys voted for, you ultimately fucked around and found out. You forget where your roots come from, and you forget that you're also Latinos. And being Latinos for Trump does not do anything for this new law that he passed. And I've said this whole time. During the elections, during everything, Trump doesn't give a fuck if you are a Latino for Trump. He only wanted you for his vote, and he got it. And now look what's happening. You guys are fucking stupid. And I don't feel bad for you guys. I hope that Trump 2024 sticker in the back of your car doesn't do anything for you. Because guess what? When your license plate gets read and it has a Hispanic name, you're getting the fuck pulled over. And I find some pleasure in that. What I don't find pleasure in is for all these hardworking people that come here to just do one thing, who try to fight to get somewhere in this life, and they're getting falsely accused of crimes, when you guys are forgetting that the real crimes are here in the United States, and they're being done by actual American citizens, not by illegal immigrants. Who just shot up a fucking Catholic school? A white guy. Who shot up all the other schools? White people. Who are doing fenty folds in the corners at the bus at stops? White people. So I'm just so confused, as to why it just continues to be Hispanic people that are getting triggered by this. But anyways, my rant for today. I hope you guys have the life you deserve, and I do hope that you get pulled over, and I do hope that all you Latinos for Trump will sit there and cry and plead and have regrets because no one gives a fuck. We try to tell y'all, but oh well.
Anytime I see a member of the Latin community who says they regret voting for Trump, my first instinct, because I am an empath, is to empathize with them. But then instantly I'm like, no, I can't. Because they had no empathy for their own people. And for me, that just doesn't sit right with me. There are a lot of decisions in life that we can make right on. We can't go back in time, but we can make right on a lot of the decisions that we make. But when you make a decision like that, there really is no coming back. Everything right now that's going on in LA, it truly saddens me. As someone who has a lot of friends who are Latin, born and raised in LA, I can only imagine how they feel. Earlier today, I saw a girl who posted about her regret for voting for Trump because her dad is now being deported. She asked for him to get a medical early release so he could come back. She posted her phone call and she was denied over the phone. And I do feel sorry for her, but at the same time, you made this decision. You wanted to be on that side of history, and now this is what's happening.
Yeah, guys, as we continue watching, we are much aware that during the 2024 elections, many Latino voters across the United States rallied behind Donald Trump. They believed in his message of economic growth, the national pride, and stronger borders. For some, he represented the promise of a safer, more prosperous America. So, guys, let's just watch these remaining clips, then I'll be coming back with more commentaries. Stay tuned.
A lot of Latinos either genuinely consider themselves to be white, or at the very least want white people to look at them as one of the good ones. I'm a first-generation American citizen, but my own father didn't even speak Spanish in front of me because he didn't want me to learn it. Because there's also a lot of self-hate when white people find out that I'm Latino, right? They're often surprised. I'm very aware of how I look and sound, right? You know who compliments me the most about it, though? Other Latinos. My green eyes come from my Salvadorian side. And the history behind why that's in my gene pool is not good. But more than once, I've been told these are my blessing. And if you think I'm exaggerating, watch any Spanish language TV and you're going to see people that look just like me. Because that is what is rewarded and what is held on a pedestal. So when they heard the guy at Trump's rally referring to Puerto Rico as garbage, they didn't take that personally. They nodded along, saying, yeah, they are, but not us, right? We're the good ones. We're just like you.
So I came across this video.
Now I can empathize and sympathize with the black community. I've never been able to do that before because I would hear them say things like, oh, you know, we walk down the street and we get profiled and, you know, cops will just suddenly stop and frisk or whatever just because of the color of their skin. And I always thought like, you know, it's a little bit of a stretch. It feels like a little bit of a stretch. That person must be doing something, right? And obviously I've never experienced that before. I've never felt that way before and stuff. And so I always thought like, ignorantly, by the way, on my part, thinking like, you know, I think you guys are, because I'm brown, you know, I've never felt that and stuff like that, you know, I'm also a minority. But now, with us, it wasn't the cops. Cops aren't just randomly to go and checking in the past. But now it's our turn, right? Now we feel it. Now we feel like, crap, can I just go down the street? Do I need my paper? You know, it's like, why are you stopping me? I'm a U.S. citizen. We're not doing anything wrong. And now we're being persecuted. And so now I'm thinking like, crap, this is what the black community meant, you know? And I kind of feel bad. Well, I don't kind of feel, I feel bad because I never really could understand where they were coming from or where you guys were coming from. But I can assure you that now that it's here with us too, it's like, crap. I honestly, legitimately didn't think it was real. But it's real as hell. And it's obviously minority groups that are targeted and persecuted pretty much. And it's right now with us is because we're brown. You guys have had your turn when, you know, cops were just in bigger cities, urban areas, stopping disproportionately, you know, the black community and stuff. And I just want to say, like, I guess now I understand. I think moving forward, there's going to be a little bit more unity because we now can see where you guys are coming from, or at least I can, you know. And so, yeah, guys, I just want to say sorry for being ignorant before, but I hope this unites all communities, not just minorities, and call out things for what they are, regardless of the race.
Do I regret voting for Donald Trump? 100,000 times yes. The mass deportation that is happening, I mean, the unconstitutional rights that are happening, all of the AI bills that are being signed right now. I mean, I can go on and on. The banning of different countries from coming into America, that was my last straw. And I think a lot of people who voted for Donald Trump also say the same thing.
I have to say, I'm not gonna lie. It absolutely baffles me that you voted for someone and you never looked at his first term. If you did look into his first term before voting for him, you would see that all the things that you were complaining about, he enacted in his first term. You would also see that he ran on the exact things that you're complaining about. You sit here and you say that you regret your vote for Trump because you're upset about human rights violations, because you're upset about mass deportation, because you're upset that he bans other countries from coming to America? Are you like just dumped out the Muslim ban of his first term out of your brain? You just forgot about it, or what? I don't understand that about you guys. It was an open book test. All the answers were there, and now you're complaining because you got literally exactly what you voted for? Anyways, my name is Mercedes Chandler. Give me a follow. You want to see my face again? Thank you. Goodbye.
Oh yes, guys, you know, while I was perusing through the social media pages, many Latinos are crying. Many Latino supporters believe that they have been betrayed because many of them, those same supporters, say they are feeling betrayed because the families who once chanted build the wall are now facing the very consequences they thought would never touch them: deportation, family separation, and fear. And under current immigration enforcement, deportations have surged, affecting not only undocumented individuals but also the mixed status families. We have even seen that there's a lady who has spoken that the eyes keep thinking that she is a Latino, and for some people, for some of the Latinos who voted for Trump, the reality has hit painfully close to home. Stories like these are becoming more common. Stories of regret, confusion, and a deep sense of betrayal. So why did they vote for Trump? Why did so many Latinos support Trump in the first place? For many, it was about jobs and economic opportunity. Others admired his tough stance on socialism and his promises to strengthen the United States economy. In states like Florida, Texas, and Arizona, Trump's message resonated strongly with Cuban, Venezuelan, and Mexican American communities. But now, some of those same supporters are realizing that the policies they once applauded have come full circle, affecting their friends, neighbors, and even loved ones. And behind the political headlines are real people, mothers, fathers, and children living in fear of separation. Just we have seen in the first clip, there's a family member who has been arrested, and another person is crying and filming. So for those who once felt proud to support a law and order president, to support a law and order, the cost has become personal and painful. And there is a lady who was in tears as I was perusing through the social media. It's like I was not able to put that video here because of some discrepancies. So this lady was crying and was being interviewed, and this lady who was in tears said that I believed he was protecting America, but I didn't realize he'd come for us too. So their stories reveal a growing divide, not between parties but within communities themselves. we have a lot of political consequences. Political analysts say that this shift could have long-term consequences. As deportations continue, more Latino voters may distance themselves from hardline immigration policies regardless of party. The question now is, will this regret turn into a movement, or will fear and division keep communities silent? Yeah. In the end, this story is not just about politics. It's about people and how decisions made in the voting booth can shape entire lives. For many Latinos who once stood with Trump, the message is clear. Promises of safety can sometimes come at the cost of compassion. What happens next will depend on whether these voices are heard or forgotten. Yes, guys, thank you so much for watching. Of course, all credit belongs to the original creators of the video. This video is meant for educational purposes and commentary purposes as well. You know, according to the latest report from United States, Immigration and Customs Enforcement, the ICE, the agency, deported about 271,484 individuals in the fiscal year ending September 30th, 2024, the highest number in nearly a decade. Imagine, that number represents roughly a 90% increase from the previous year. The deportees were sent to 192 countries in that period, and the rise in deportations occurred even while the administration under Joe Trump was criticized from the right for being soft on border policies. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Of course, all credit belongs to the original creators of the video. This video is meant for educational purposes and commentary purposes as well. In case of any thoughts, kindly feel free to let me know in the comment section. Kindly give this video a thumbs up, like the video, subscribe, hit that notification bell so that you don't miss more on such like matters concerning us, and also share this video to get to a wider audience. Thank you. Be blessed. Until next time.